The following video is presented for educational and informational purposes only. All content reflects my personal experiences, opinions, and commentary. Any company names, individuals, or identifying details have been altered, removed, or anonymized. The goal of this video is to provide insight, info, common recruitment practices used by certain commission-based or multi-level marketing organizations, and engage critical thinking for job seekers. This video is not intended to harass, defame, or target any specific company or individual. Viewer discretion is advised.
Just want a great opportunity to make a lot of money. Maybe I can recruit him if I get the job. Well, I got the gift of gab. I think I'm a pretty good talker. I'm a quick talker.
So thank you.
Well, did I pass?
All right, hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's get started. My name is Jameson. I'll be doing our first rounds of interviews today on behalf of the company and the team. My whole goal in this interview is to first start with a brief introduction, so don't worry. If you're looking at unmute yourself, you probably won't be able to just yet. But the goal of this interview is to start with the introduction and be able to hopefully answer either of your basic questions you may have asked yourself after applying online. And after that introduction, then I'll be meeting with you both one-on-one to ask you a bit more questions about yourself, some of the goals, and most importantly, just to get a better idea of who you are outside the resume. All right, but that's a little bit how today's going to go. Before we get started, I just want to make sure you both can hear me and see me. We all know sometimes Zoom has its moments. So if you can, just give me a thumbs up, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, perfect. Now we are good to go this morning. Let's dive right in. So as you both know, here company. However, as is described and as our company goes through in detail on our website, what we specialize in is experiential marketing. All that means is that our clients come to us to create experiences for their brands. And we realized here specifically, there's really no better way to do that than in events. That allows us to put our clients' brands in the forefront of customers' everyday lives, and we can do it in a fun and exciting way that a lot of our brands we work with can't do on their own. So a lot of those events range from trade shows, festivals, state fairs, retail events, sports events. I mean, we pretty much do it all. Expos, anything you can think of where we can truly put, again, these brands in the forefront of people in their everyday lives. And we're always going to be excited and willing to do that. But that does mean that we're very versatile as a team. We're very flexible. And that's something that we're looking for in a candidate really early on is, do they relate with that? Do they think that's a great attribute or characteristic that they already have they can bring to the team? And can they work really well within a very dynamic work environment? Every day is different in this position, and no day is ever truly the same. If you come from either a retail background or customer service background, you understand that you never really know the type of person that you're going to meet for the day, always going to walk through those doors, and that's very similar to how we operate, especially when it comes to our events and not really knowing the style of event for the day or not knowing which person will be at an event that day. We just have to come ready to go and prepared to solve any and all problems and promote and advertise our client services and different forms and mediums of events all across the here. Yeah, but keep that in mind. Every day is definitely different, and we're definitely looking for someone that sounds exciting for them and intimidating for them. And then the second thing is that we're looking for someone who does like a team. Everything we do is very team-oriented, okay? I can't stress that enough. Some people expect, team, that means you mean like 2 or 3, 4, like smaller scale teams? No, I'm talking sometimes 8, 9, 10 people within a particular team at a particular event. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but everything we do is very team-oriented. So we're just looking for team players, people who love that, they thrive within that, and maybe they're missing that in their current role. And they're like, well, I can't wait to get back into a team environment. And that's usually the individuals that do a lot better in our company and in this role. Okay. But that's a little bit about us, and of course, what we're looking for. And then lastly, just naturally, our company culture is something that's very commonly asked about this early on. Is, hey, tell a little more about your company culture. How does it operate? How does it work? Just keep in mind, because of how team-based that we are, it definitely coincides with how our company culture is as well. It's very team-based in that there's music playing in the office. There's more of an open concept, meaning there's no cubicles, there's no sectionals. Everyone's encouraged to collaborate with each other, irrespective of their position in the company. Everyone can add some level of value and opinion to what we're doing, and that's really important. So just keep that in mind. It is very loud and fast-paced in the office, just because that's exactly how it is at our events as well. It's fast-paced. There's a lot of music. There's a lot of people going on, and we want to try to recreate that same environment here in the office as well, so we are prepared and ready to succeed at our events as well. So it's very similar and related to make sure we're ready to do what we got to do at our events as well. Okay, but that's a little bit about us and what we're looking for. So let's go ahead now and get started with this one-on-ones, all right? So the first person I see on my screen just so happens to be Tiana, so we'll just start with her. And after meeting with Tiana for a moment, Chris will meet with you right after that, okay? Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
So I joined the Zoom meeting, and he automatically had me muted, so I cannot ask any questions, if you noticed that. I wanted to ask questions. He's doing one-on-ones with the other interviewee, so that way he can get her and I can't blow up the interview, okay? I have plenty of questions to ask him about the pay, about the commission, to kind of blow it up for him. And you notice immediately, as soon as I joined, he had it muted and he would not allow me to change it. But coming up soon, I will get my one-on-one. They all use the same playbook, I'm telling you guys. Did you hear how we put an emphasis on the culture and the parties and the lights and the noises and all that? What about the emphasis on the money? That's what we're all here for. We're all here to make money, not have a party, not the culture. We're all desperate for money, okay? And you see how hard he pushed that at the very beginning of the interview. What job? I've never applied for any other job. I've never had a job that they push the culture and the fun and the lights. And I understand it's a sales job, and sales, you have to have charisma. You got to be able to talk good. I get all that. But the lies and the promises that they're selling to us is just preposterous. It's ridiculous because none of it ever comes true. And for the people that that these things do come true for, I promise you, they've hurt a lot of other people to get that money, okay? I don't know about you guys, but me, I'm not comfortable with hurting others so I could profit, okay? I know we live in America. It's a capitalist society. You know, capitalism to an extent has to operate like that. But yeah, I've never been that type of person to where I'd feel good taking from someone else just so I have. Unless if they're billion-dollar corporations, then I'm all for it. But taken from the average person, no. But yes, he's got us separated. I'm still in the waiting room. He's got us separated, and he's filling her head up with a bunch of nonsense. Hopefully she understands what this really is, and she didn't fall for it, because it doesn't look like I'm going to get an opportunity to blow it up for him and let her know. Maybe I could put something in the chat, but again, this is just my first video. I'm practicing, so let's take it slow. These MLM interviews are pretty easy to get. So if you guys like this video, if you enjoyed what I do, like and subscribe. There will be more to come. Because I'm on a mission to blow these guys up, and but we are 10 minutes into the video. He still has the other interviewee in a one-on-one situation, and my one-on-one situation is coming up real soon, so stay tuned. Just like to give these guys a dose of their own medicine. I don't think it's right what they do. I don't think it's right how they take advantage of so many single moms, desperate people looking for money, looking for a real opportunity, okay? Because this is not a real opportunity for you. It's an opportunity for them, okay? Remember that. If something sounds too good to be true, it usually is, unfortunately. So just use your wits about you, keep your eyes open, and don't fall for the dumb stuff. Don't listen to the fast talk. What?
All right, Chris, how you doing? Good morning.
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I can't complain, man. It is only 8:30 on a Wednesday morning, so nothing too intense has happened so far. But thank you for asking. Let's go ahead and get started. You know, as I mentioned, today's going to be more of an introduction between us both. I know you already heard a little bit more about our company. Now is a chance where I'm going to get to ask you a little bit more about yourself. So please, divulge, tell me a little more about you. And don't worry, I'll lead the conversation as well. So that way, we don't go too far off tangent. But the goal in our interview today is get to know you a bit more, but also for us to identify if our company goals align with your career goals as well. And if they do, then we'll be talking about potentially a second round interviews, okay?
Awesome.
But with that being said, let's go with the basics first. Chris, currently, where are you located now, my friend?
What was that?
Where are you currently located now? Okay, great. Are you from this area, or where are you from?
I'm from here, born and raised.
Understood. So you probably know the area a little bit better than me then. But we're across the street from the rest area, so I assume, irrespective of where you are, that's an easy commute for you, not a problem.
Yep.
Okay, great. And Christian, were you looking for more of full-time opportunities, part-time opportunities? Were you really hoping for?
Either or. I just want a great opportunity to make a lot of money. Do you guys offer part-time, or is it just a full-time position?
We do offer part time for some maybe some students. I know college is about to start up here soon, so we've recently hired some new interns. But for the most part, we are right now this time of year prioritizing more full time candidates. So, but I'm glad you're open. You said just looking for a great opportunity to make a lot of money.
Yep.
Makes sense to be more full time. So,
I was just checking. I got a little brother. He's in college too. So I was
okay,
just
there we
checking.
go.
Maybe I could recruit
Understood.
him if I get the job.
You never know, right? That's what connections are about. But okay. And then besides that, how soon were you hoping to start, Chris? And again, everything went well. You do have 3 rounds of interviews, but let's say we want to move forward with you and you become our newest team member. How soon were you hoping to start?
As soon as possible.
Understood. Now, tell me a little bit more about yourself, Chris. What are you currently doing for work? Why'd you apply to our company? What are you looking for now? Obviously, more income opportunities, but I hope there's a little more to it, right? So,
Yeah.
tell me a little more.
Right now I'm unemployed. I got injured at my job in 2023. Got a little settlement and looking to get back out there.
And besides income opportunities, is there anything else specifically that you're looking for in your next, career, your next role, your next position? What else are you looking for?
I'm looking for obviously lots of money. I'm also looking for a good place to work with a good culture and something fun and, like a community base to kind of bring it all together, like a new home, somewhere that I feel accepted and encouraged, no put downs and just a overall amazing atmosphere to work in.
Yeah, understood. And when it comes to a role like this, Chris, obviously one of the biggest things that we do is just communicate with everyday people out in their everyday lives. We promote, we advertise, we sell. A lot of what we do is definitely marketing as well. So tell me a bit more about some of those skills that you feel like you have that correlate, that you bring to the role that brings value to what we do as a team.
Well, I got the gift of gab. I think I'm a pretty good talker. I'm a quick talker. I can sell ice to an Eskimo if needed. Pretty good at that. Kind of been working on these skills my whole life. It never really turned into money, but I've had some pretty good success in the past when it comes to gift of gab. I used to sell burnt CDs. I don't know how old you are. You look pretty young. Uh, when I was in high school, I would go back and sell burnt CDs, and I'd make a killing off of that back in the day. Sold PS2 games back when you could pirate the games off of Pirate Bay, and no one else knew how to do it. Oh, I was making a killing in high school.
Understood. And then besides that, did you have any other professional experience when it comes to selling, marketing? I know you said you don't really haven't made much money off it besides back then, but is there anything else that you could pull on that at a cost of that? Sales skills, customer service skills, marketing, advertising, promotions, branding.
Nope, I'm a rookie. 36-year-old rookie.
That's exciting. Looking to start something brand new, something get your feet wet and build with. That's not really a bad thing. This is an entry level role, so of course we have a lot of training. We understand that we don't come in with a lot of experience, but anything that someone could bring to the table obviously gives us a bit more of a incentive and leverage. Say, maybe that person's the next one that we should bring in, right? So, okay, understood. Well, let me ask you this, Chris. What do you have to do in your free time? Our goal in this interview is also to get to know you outside the resume, and I mentioned that before. So, what do you like to do in your free time? I know it seems like you've been unemployed for a little bit, so I'm sure you maybe picked some hobbies along the way. What have you been up to? What have you been doing?
Well, I like to fly drones, little RC planes, go to the bar, go to the club every now and then, maybe go out to the beach with family and friends, eat good, BJ's are always BJ's is always fun, by the way, too. BJ's is one of my favorite spots.
Yeah, you gotta know. Everyone knows how good it is, or what it's all about. But once you go enough times, you're like, "This is a really good spot."
Yep.
Understood.
I have a couple questions. How is the pay? Is it commission only, or is there a salary? Is there a base pay with the position, the entry level position?
Yeah, so for this position, we have both. So we offer some candidates 100% commission. We offer some a base pay, salary, and commission. It just really depends on how the interviews go throughout the first 3 rounds. So in this interview, it's really open to good negotiation, not with me, but with the second round of interviews. So let's say, Chris, we want to move you forward past this interview into a second round of interviews. Then we'll, of course, let our second interviewer know, hey, Chris, this is his background, this is his experience, this is his first impression on me. Now take this information and tell them a bit more about the company. First impression was great. And then in that interview, they go over a little bit more about our goals with the position, your goals as well. Of course, I know right now it seems like a lot of what you look for is just money, opportunities, and great culture. But they'll talk to you a little bit more about that and, of course, learn a little bit more about your skill set. And based on that, at the end of that interview, pay will be negotiable. And it's up to really what they think is best for you. And then that last round of interviews is where I make the final decision.
Okay. Is there an opportunity for me to become an owner one day, or like maybe move up quickly, maybe within 5 or 6 months? Does this company offer that opportunity?
There's upper mobility, but in terms of ownership, that's up for debate, up for conversation. Not necessarily. I mean, there is opportunities for upper mobility, but I mean, in terms of ownership, that would depend on a lot of education, time, and experience. But I've seen it happen before. To be frank with you, but just like any business model, that needs a lot of sweat and equity and time and effort. But more than anything, the upper mobility for us is kind of leads more into our project management role. It's on our company website. I don't know if you went on it and seen and observed, but a lot of that progression leads towards more project management.
Okay.
We work with a lot of different clients, and our project manager is the one managing and overseeing those clients directly that we work with.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, but for you, were you looking for something specifically in terms of upper mobility, or were you looking for something specifically in terms of pay? That's also really important for us to know, when it comes to building a recommendation for that second round interviews.
Either or, I'm open to anything.
Okay. Cool. All right, Chris. Well, that's really it for me today in our interview. My whole goal, like I mentioned, is just to get a chance to know you a little bit more, get a chance to check base with you before we get you a chance to really meet one of our leaders and one of our top trainers to actually go into a bit more with you about the role and the position. So thank you. What we're looking for now is just someone who can make a great first impression. I know we've only spoke for maybe 5 or 6 minutes, nothing too long or intense. But usually, just from myself and my experience in this industry, I can pick up a lot about a person within 5 or 6 minutes, from professionalism, first impressions, friendliness, everything that's so important when it comes to an entry level brand ambassadorship role, where it's all about meeting with people, relating with someone, getting them comfortable. All those things are a big part of what we do. Usually within 5 minutes, I can pick that up really quickly from someone. So thank you.
Well, did I pass?
Yeah. But thank you. And again, if we'll bring these notes to them and we'll make that final decision from there. If you are selected, Chris, all I ask is just be mindful of the time are in the morning. They either at 8:30 or 9 a.m., either tomorrow or the next day. So it's Thursday or Friday in the morning. They are via Zoom as well. So for you, do you have a particular day that you prefer?
Sure, we could do tomorrow morning, whatever time is good for you guys.
Okay. Understood. All right, well, that's it for me, Chris. I appreciate you. And of course, good luck. You'll be getting an email from us and message later on today if everything goes well in your favor, okay?
Thank you. Let's make this money. Talk to you later.
Yes, sir. All right. You too.
All right.